in Laughing Room only, much of the material was recycled, and the show sometimes played like a best-of review of Jackie Mason's work. The only problem was that the jokes came off as stale, unfunny, and outdated. The only problem, that's what I wrote. His audience had somewhat shrunk, and the ones who were still there had already heard these jokes. Time Out New York even went so far as to say that how often audience members laughed was in direct ratio to their age and level of bigotry. There's this cast is amazing. Wait, but this is... Oh, Mason serves up stale borscht.
Even amidst the criticism, the Post noted that the ensemble was very talented, and Newsday called a number performed by Barry Finkel and Robert Creighton a welcome relief. Song titles included That Jew Can Sing, Frida from Fresno, Starbucks, and Jew Gentile Tap-Off. Here to speak about and sing from Jackie Mason's Laughing Room Only, original cast member Robert Creighton.
So nice to see Doug, my old friend, and to hear that. You can imagine how many cue cards that song took across the front of the pit for Jackie to get through that song. And it's true, we did do a tap number that evolved over our few months out of town in Nyack. And our 4-week preview until we locked it down for our 11 Broadway performances. The tap number, at one point, remember, Doug, was a boxing match, and then it was a Jew and a Gentile at Payas, and the whole thing, like I had Payas and all that stuff. And Jackie, I have to say, before I say anything, so I was 10 years out of acting school, dreaming of being on Broadway, and this was my Broadway debut. So no matter how long it ran, for me, it was the thrill of a lifetime. And that night will always, the opening night of that, my whole family's here from Canada, will never, it doesn't matter what happened afterwards or what the Post said. For me, it was truly a dream come true. I was living my dream. And Jackie was very nice to me. Didn't often remember my name, but he would call me the Gentile tap dancer. And when I would see him later on 57th Street, I'd bump into him, and he'd be very happy to see me, but he couldn't remember my name. And he'd say, "Oh, the Gentile tap dancer, how are you? Nice to see you." And he would tell you, "Oh," and but he was great. And it went so far as to, while we were doing the run of the show, the opening of the show evolved almost daily in Nyack. And then, I mean, they really, not Jackie, but sort of his manager and handler, who was also nice to me, but was tough on the creative staff, let's just say. So every day she'd come in with a new idea and say, "I want a new opening," and it would change, and this and that. And at one point, I don't remember if this is what we locked in, but he was trying to do a show on a budget, so he would talk about how he went around and found these 5 performers, and with me, he would say, "I found this kid down in a CD place downtown, and he plays, and he sings, and he dances, and he does all this." And then they would put a light on me up, and I would play this trumpet. I play trumpet, and I would do a little jazzy lick on my trumpet, and this big brassiere would, that's like an old-fashioned word, too. Brassiere would spin out and hang on the end of my trumpet, a great big one like this. And everyone had their own little bit, and then Jackie would turn and say a line, and it would get a laugh or not. And I never got a laugh. And so one day, what they had for me never got a laugh. So I went to Jackie one day in his dressing room, true story, and I said, "Jackie, I have this joke I think might work for my opening, and this is my Broadway debut. I'm a kid and kiddish." And he said, okay, take your best shot. And I said, after they spin the bra out onto my trumpet, what if you looked up and said, "Hey, the kid hit a high double D"? Yeah, okay, so basically what happened. But it got a laugh. And so we did the matinee, and he sort of mumbled something about double D. And it got a little chuckle, and we went on. And then in the evening, he said, "Oh, look, the kid hit a high double D." And it got a solid, there was laughter. And later on in the show, his assistant, who led him around to his entrances, and it was a super guy, Joe? Yeah. Came down with a $5 bill to my dressing room. And on it said, "How dare you take money from a poor Jew?" And he sent me the $5, and I have that framed in my office with a picture of Jackie. And so he was very nice to me. Forgive me, I'm going to use music because with only 10 performances, Sure, I'll take a stand, that'd be great. I'd love to take a stand. Better than than a high double D. There, sorry. We had a little tradition before the show. I don't know if you remember this, Doug, backstage. The five of us, Ruth Gottschall, Darren Baker, Cheryl Stern, Barry Finkel, and myself would stand in a circle and hold hands, and we go, Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava, good show. Hey! And we did it every night. Nyack here, every night we did it. Eventually Jackie came over and he said, can I hold? He kind of wandered over. I'm like, come on, Jackie, join us. Okay, let's do what you do. And we held us and we go, Hava, Nagila, and he'd look around and, and then we'd finish and he'd go, okay, we'd go back to but it was great. It was such an unique experience. There are second level, I'm telling you, first tier stories here. There's a lot of like epic second tier stories. And someday you'll see me in a bar or something, you'll buy me a drink or two, and I will tell you great stories about this production. But I'd like to sing this little song. Doug had to come up. They really did torture these guys every day. A new song, please. We had this idea, we'd like a song about this. This is one that actually was a lot of fun to do. We wheeled him around the chair when he eventually came out. We would dance and wheel him around the chair. Called, well, you'll hear. Here it is. Jackie, that's all of us running around. Jackie. Finally a chance to sing. It's what you've wanted more than anything. It's everything you've hoped for. Your life has led you to this day. Your whole career depends on this moment. But don't let it get in your way. He's not here yet, okay? Wonderful, this moment in our lives, to hear the voice of Jackie Mason as on Broadway it arrives. He has always been Jewish, and he'll tell you life was bliss. And he's always loved singing since he hit those really high notes at his bris. Once the pain had subsided and he stopped himself from howling like a dog, he'd be a cantor, it was decided. Although his voice was breaking all the glass inside the synagogue. And all the people said, boy, that Jew can sing. It's the nicest voice, and without a doubt, singing is his thing. Ever since the doc took his tonsils out, to see him donning his tallis is so cute. Wrapped up in his tefillin and his Shayna Shabbos suit. Aye, that boy can sing. It's as good as it can ever get, like Mel Torme or Jolson. He's the Springsteen of the Chazan set. He'll take the half Torah and sing the whole thing, and you will just be felling as he opens up to sing. Whether it's from Genesis or some exciting psalm, that voice, he's got his magic. He's a cantor with aplomb. From when the sun is rising to the last dawn alarm. Boy, that you can sing. Whether it's an opera or rapping kind of jive, he hits all the notes except the ones that don't arrive. But what did you expect to hear? Hello, nice to see you personally. I can't stay long because I can't hear, but nice to see you. Would you pass away? I told a joke. Hello, if you meant him, if you meant her. I went to find these 5 people. I found them here. They're very talented. The fagulous back here. I'm not supposed to say that, I know, but I say it anyway. That's what I do. And every day, nice to see you personally. Hello, okay. Hey, boy, that you